Welcome viewers to this very special set of videos today here at the legendary Buckmore Park Kart Circuit, where you join us for our inaugural event. This event will consist of a 4-minute warm-up session, a one-shot qualifying, 3 10-minute sprint races and a 20-minute reverse grid feature race. So there's a lot of action coming up for you now. In this first video, we're going to be taking you through race number 1, where the grid is based on the fastest lap time set in the one-shot qualifying. So without further ado, let's hand over to our commentator, Tom Dillon.
Our inaugural event takes us to the Buckmore Park Circuit, built in 1963, one of the most historic venues in all of karting. Lewis Hamilton used to do his racing here before his 7 Formula 1 World Championships, and 13 turns make up this 1 kilometre track. You can take a look at our grid with Luca Palumbo starting on pole position. Blaise Turnstill is alongside him on the front row of the grid. Callum Bengelow and Alex Frazier, 2 people who I'm sure will feature much in 2023. They're on row 2 with Louis Draper and Luke Battersby, the series founder, on row 3. Ollie Smith, he'll be hoping to get a good result here in the inaugural event. He's alongside Luke Ide on row 4. Matthew Bolton and Rory O'Regan make up row 5 with Chrissy Harding on row 6 alone at her first time in outdoor karting. Ryan Sandall, Mark Puxty, row 1 in the heavyweights, with row 2 being made up of Mike Smith and Chris Bowers. Jack Cameron Drayton and Alex Jones are row 3 in the heavyweights, with Michael Whittaker and Miles Harding, the husband of Chrissy Harding, on row 4. Ross Sandwell is on row 5. He is the last of our inaugural grid. It's going to be a standing start here for the first ever race of the Elite Karting Series, and it's Luca Palumbo on pole position, and it's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start for Luca on that inside line, trying to get himself through as they go down into turn 1. Blaise Turnstill will go on the outside line, looks to cut the lines across as there goes Callum Bengelow through and into the lead of the race off the start. Alex Frazier looking to see what he can do on the inside line as Luke Battersby swoops all the way around the outside line, but he's only able to gain 1 spot. Now he has a look at Luca Palumbo as we go down into hairpin 2, trying to get himself up that spot, but very, very difficult for Luke Battersby as we go up through the top of the circuit. On board with Alex Frazier, he's got Blaise Turnstill to look at to try and get himself ahead and up into second position. Goes to the outside line, not quite able to find a way through there, and well, he's just going to have to follow him all the way through this top part of the circuit. Looks to the inside line, Alex Frazier, brave move, and I think it's a move that he's just been able to make. There goes Luca back on the outside line, trying to squeeze his way through onto the inside now as we go down the start finish straight for the second time in this race. Luke Battersby has got a fantastic view of this as there goes Luca down the inside line, gets himself into that position. That's a fantastic move. Luke Battersby is going to follow him through here as we go down into hairpin 1 for the second time in this race. That looks like Blaise Turnstill will lose that position, but he's back on the inside line. Blaise back up the inside and through again up into 4th position. So Luke Battersby has to settle for 5th at the moment, with Callum Bengelow controlling this race in the early stages at 8.5 minutes to go. A little bit of a look over the shoulder of Luke Battersby as well, because he knows he's got Ollie Smith for company. Ollie will be trying to make a move at any possible opportunity, I am sure. Here goes Blaise, going a little bit defensive as we go down into the penultimate corner of the track, and well, Luke's not quite going to be able to capitalise on the exit either. 8 minutes to go. We're heading into lap 3 on this very, very fast Buckmore Park circuit. As we go down into turn 1, Luke's still trying to make that move on Blaise Turnstill just ahead. Blaise trying to make that move on Luca Palumbo ahead of him, but he's not quite able to find a way through, just a little bit too far back. Here goes Luke, there's the dive into hairpin 2, and he's just about able to try and get himself ahead, but Blaise is back on that outside line, trying to come back at him once again. Ollie Smith now will try and have the look around the outside line. He goes, in fact it will be to the inside line as we go down into the left and right hand complex. Ollie Smith, can he squeeze through? Not quite. You can see Alex Frazier in the top right hand corner is under pressure from Luca Palumbo again, and well, Blaise Turnstill is having to look over his shoulders. Alex Frazier has been passed by Luca Palumbo. Luke Battersby chasing after Blaise Turnstill. 7.5 minutes to go in the race. Alex Frazier putting that pressure on in the top right hand corner of your screen. looks to cross the lines over and does cross the lines over, gets himself through. By the looks of things, Alex Brazier all the way around the outside again. He's going to have to look for the switchback here as Blaise Turnstill is trying to catch up to them as well. Alex in the slipstream, but not really able to find a way through just yet, and he's aware that Blaise Turnstill is right there and ready to make a move. I also want to keep half an eye on Ollie Smith here, as he's now been passed by Louis Draper. So Louis Draper starting to apply the pressure on to Luke Battersby. Louis goes down the inside, and Luke might just lose his position here. Louis is squirming all over the place and not quite able to find a way through. So Alex Brazier trying to get past once again, as there you go down into turn one. Blaise Turnstill goes down the inside, gets past Alex Brazier, will try and get past Luca Palumbo as well. In the end has to defend against Alex Brazier, who cuts the lines across here. Ollie Smith back at Louis Draper. He's trying to get his way through around the outside into hairpin 2, not quite able to find the way through, as here goes Alex Brazier back on the outside line. Blaise Turnstill on the inside line. Alex tries to hold it all the way around the outside, but the corner appears a little bit earlier than he would have expected. Here goes Luke Battersby. What can he do? Trying to capitalise on the misfortunes of these guys. I say capitalise, he's in a train hit. A train really starting to form as Ollie Smith looks back to the inside line of Louis Draper, goes all the way down the inside in that number one Kart, not quite able to find a way through. We see a shot of him just at the top of your picture. Yeah, it's Louis Draper staying ahead of Ollie Smith, but only by 100th of a second at the timing line. Make that 7/10 of a second now, or 1/10 of a second I should say, as we cross the timing line once again. Luke Battersby then looking at Alex Brazier, looking at Blaise Turnstill. All of these karts separated by just a couple of tenths. Alex looks to the inside line. Luke's going to take the wider entry, and that's going to allow him to get the exit that challenges Alex Brazier, but doesn't challenge him quite well enough. Alex is not really able to do anything there, and Luke has to sit back and watch it unfold, sitting there in 5th position. Alex in 4th, and then it's obviously Blaise in 3rd. Luca Palumbo 2nd, and Callum Bengelow still having the lead by 1.7 seconds. We'll see if Luca is able to catch up to and challenge Callum Bengelow, of course. So Luke Battersby in that slipstream, maybe a little bit untidy there. Keeps one eye over his shoulder, of course, as you see Alex Brazier trying to make that move past Blaise Turnstill. It's Louis Draper still keeping Luke Battersby very, very honest as we approach the second half of this race. Has a look to the outside there, did Louis Draper. Quite able to find a way through. This time he goes to the outside again, and once again not able to find the way through. So Louis Draper squirming as he might, fruitless in his efforts to get past Luke Battersby for the time being, even though he tries again. Obviously still keeping that eye on Alex Brazier in his quest to get past Blaise Turnstill. Blaise, a very accomplished Renzo karting driver, as here goes Alex Brazier crossing the lines over, looking for the switchback, but exit speed not quite being in his favour. Luke Battersby knows that he's going to have to go a little bit defensive here before he can even start to think about the guys ahead. And he's bumped off line ever so slightly by Louis Draper. I think it was absolutely okay, but the point is that Louis Draper's made that move, and Ollie Smith tries to follow him through, and by the looks of things, Ollie Smith is going to follow him through. Luke Battersby back on the inside line, trying to stay ahead of Ollie Smith, and is able to just about do that. Alex Brazier still putting that pressure on Blaise Turnstill in the top right hand corner of your picture. We'll see if he's able to finally make that move after following Blaise for the majority of this race. So Luke Battersby knowing now that he's got to try and get back past Louis Draper after, of course, Ollie Smith gets overtaken. It's Luke Ide that's got past Ollie Smith. Matthew Bolton joining in on this battle as well. And Matthew a little bit of a ways back in it all, sitting down in 9th position. So it's Rory O'Regan, by the way. So no way through just yet for Alex Brazier, as Luke Battersby finds himself under pressure from Luke Ide. Maybe Luke looking for that, well, the other Luke looking for that switchback, but not quite there for him. So Luke Battersby can get his head down. He's done a lot of defensive driving in this race. We've been on board with him for quite a lot of it, as well, centre of the action is maybe a move for Luke Ide. No, he thinks against it on this occasion. Alex Brazier falling back ever so slightly in comparison to Blaise Turnstill. It's Luke Ide really starting to put the pressure on Luke Battersby, as Ollie Smith again will be keen to follow through with whatever he can, as he often does. As here goes Luke Ide to the outside line. Luke Battersby edges him out ever so slightly into turn 1, and that allows Ollie Smith to go through as well. So Ollie Smith makes his way up into 7th position, and the battle for 5th rages on. The battle for 4th rages on, actually. Luke Ide now back down the inside line. That'll get him back past Ollie Smith, and he runs him a little bit out of road. Luke Ide putting Ollie under an increasing amount of pressure, and yeah, there goes a little bit of a comment from Luke saying it was a good race. What's happening here then? That's the number 17. That's a bit of back market traffic, if I'm not mistaken. Alex Brazier will dispatch of it relatively simply. Minute and a half left in this race, just a couple of minutes to go at Buckmore Park. One of the finest rental karting venues in the country. I say rental karting, one of the finest karting venues in the country, as there goes Louis Draper alongside Alex Brazier. Looks to the inside line, Brazier goes to defend, so Louis forced to the outside line. That allows Luke to catch up a little bit on the exit of the corner. Here goes Louis Draper outside once again as we go down into hairpin 2. Luke uses the opportunity to late apex and get his nose ahead of Louis Draper, who's going to try and hold it back around the outside, not quite able to find the way through on that occasion. Luke Battersby is back up into 5th position, still keeping an eye on Luke Ide and Ollie Smith. Isn't any movement in the battle between those two, as Luke now looks to try and get past Alex Brazier to make it 2 in 1 lap as we head on to what will be the final lap of the race this time by. So they'll take the figurative white flag last lap board, however you choose to call it. And there you go on the left-hand side. That will be, I believe, confirmation of that we're on to the last lap. 31 seconds to go, and Luke has one last chance to try and get himself up into 4th position ahead of Alex Brazier. Goes to the inside line, and I think is just about able to squeeze through. So Luke Battersby past Alex Brazier. Alex Brazier back to the outside line as there goes Louis Draper down the inside, and he's going to make contact with with Alex Brazier. So Louis Draper goes down the inside, makes contact with Alex Brazier, and I believe he's going to get a post-race penalty for that. A couple of points reduced from his total. So as we go to the checkered flag, it's been a fantastic drive for Callum Bengelow, albeit pressured towards the end by Luca Palumbo, who's only going to finish 0.8 of a second behind him. But it will be Callum Bengelow who takes the checkered flag. Luca Palumbo in 2nd place, Turnstill in 3rd, Alex Brazier won't be 4th, it will be Luke Battersby who gets 4th at the line. Luke Ide securing a top 5 with Ollie Smith sitting down in 6th, and it'll be frustrating for Alex Brazier after being taken out effectively there down into hairpin 2. However, overall a very entertaining race, showing what the Elite Karting Series has to offer in these early stages. Callum Bengelow takes victory in the first race of the day. He was 1.2 seconds separated at the line from Luca Palumbo in 2nd on his return to karting. Blaise Turnstill is in 3rd. Luke Battersby and Luke Ide all busy in the race, but they make up the rest of the top 5. Ollie Smith was also busy, but not quite making the forward progress that he would have liked in 6th. Louis Draper, Matthew Bolton, Rory O'Regan and Alex Brazier make up the rest of the top 10. Alex feeling especially disappointed with how his race ended. Chrissy Harding rounds out the rest of the grid, and to be honest with you, all things considered being her first time in outdoor karting, I think she'll be relatively pleased with her pace. Ryan Sandall wins in the heavyweights. He's ahead of Mark Puxty and Jack Cameron Drayton, the rest of the top 3. Chris Bowers and Alex Jones, the top 5. Michael Whitaker is in 6th with Ross Sandwell in 7th. Mike Smith and Miles Harding make up the rest of our results.